Hello and welcome back to Factorio. I'm Avon and we have more green chips now. Let's hope that we have enough for at least some blue chips, but apparently we have a lot of blue chips. So, but I looked at the utility science and they require low density structures, and that means 20 copper plates each, and each science combination makes 3 science packs, so that's good, but 60 copper just for the low density structure and 2 processing units. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag a belt and circle it around in a very spaghetti and silly fashion to put it into our factory. Or when I think about it, I might actually just drag these up. Let's make sure we give priority to the copper and drag it up. Yeah, this can supply some at least. Oh, let's see, that's 4. Like so. This doesn't really fit with. I'm going to merge it there because this one can underground. And it should be running soon. We're out of belts. Right, the bot's just slow. Yeah, not out of belts. Okay, so what's requiring? We're missing walls. And why are we missing walls? Because we are out of stone? What's going on here? It's the underground is turned the wrong way. I have no idea how that happened. It's probably something obvious I've done, but it's okay, so let's fix it so we get walls and we can build stuff. And there. It was probably sabotage. I'm not sure who would do that though. Not the bots. They're being nice. So there was one thing I was going to do as well, and this is not in any way needed, but since we do the weaving here, I'm afraid of dragging an upgrade planner, and if I do that, all of this is going to connect and these belts are going to be filled up with coal. So I'm going to do an alert system that I think there was, yeah, made a combinator before. So I'm going to do it like this, and I'm going to connect this belt to the logistic system. I'm going to use this pole to read, and it's not going to enable disable, it's just going to read it, and it's not going to pulse the signal, it's going to hold the signal. So now this will know what's on the belt and feed it into here. And if this one reads coal, 1 or more, set, then it will output 1 red. And with this, we put a lamp. I'm going to steal this lamp, please. I'm going to put a lamp, let's put it here. I want it to be very visible if I hover over. And then, did I connect this weirdly? No, it's probably just the wire. Look, it looks like it's connected to the top, but it's actually on the pole. So this I'm going to connect on this side, on the output, and to the light, who will use colors, and it's enabled if red is one set. Okay, so let's see if this works now. Yeah. So this will just be an alert system that if I mess up here, this light is going to be red and I will see it ASAP. And by that, I probably hope that, well, I hope I will see it really fast. Here I'm going to do the input priority on the right. I want to use this belt first, because this one is feeding a lot of different stuff, and I want this to build up and only give to these and not give to anything past, like red chips and stuff. I'm also going to do that with the green chips. Not that we have enough green chips right now to stop this belt, but I want. Actually, I can cut this belt. I'm not completely sure about this, but if I cut it and things will build up and it's only used for this, and this means that copper gets built up, and that's very nice actually. So I'm going to keep it like this. Cut it for now. When we connect the copper on the start of the bus, I'm going to take one belt from here, I think, and drag it all the way around here and connect it here to supply more copper. But we'll see how much is needed in the beginning of the bus. And at some point everything is going to be outposted anyway. So as long as this bus can keep us with materials until that point, that's what we want. Let's drag this one out a bit. Now, the next part of the science is the utility one. We need flying robot frames. Not many of them, but we need them. And we need processing units and low density structures. So I'm going to make a new assembler for the robot frames. I'm not going to take it from here. But what we need to decide is how many science a second, or every second if the assembler's crafting speed was 1. And I am thinking 10. That's a nice number for now. And to get that, we need, let's see, one machine makes 1 every 7 seconds. So 7 machine makes 1 every second. So we need 7 machines that make this kind of science. 7. And that means that we require 7 flying robot frames every 21 seconds, so 1/3 a second. And a robot frame is made in 20 seconds, so we need to make 7 of the flying robot machines. Do we have repair packs? Yeah. Okay, so 7 of the flying robot machines. And this array has way many. And let's see, it's 10 of these, and that means probably 20 of these. Yeah. So to make 7, we only need 4. So that's here. And let's look at this to make sure we bring everything that's needed. And we have that here. It also needs more of the flying robot assemblers, of course, but it's good for now. We also need to extend the robot network. Okay, so let's line it up nicely here or so. And to scout some, we can place a radar and copy this part and duplicate it up. And maybe should possibly turret creep this thing. Possibly. But I want the personal robot parts before I do that. I'm not going to run up there and plop down the electricity myself and all of that. And so robot parts, how far up? This is good because then it connects down as well. There. There. And let's see if that's enough for this array. We can't see that yet because it's not placed yet. So, but let's place another one here-ish. Need a lot of them anyway, so might as well just let's see, and electricity over. Now let's make sure that we give this array the correct belts. So the first one is iron into 2 assemblers. So that's here, and moving you like so, and then iron comes here. I'm not going to do it like this one by making them flat, because I know we don't need to expand these anyway for now, and it's an easy thing to just move it if that's needed. So let's bring the bus. The bus is far behind right now. And in, out, out, in. Here, and pipe, pipe, pipe. Okay, that's the first belt. The second belt is the steel. I only need half a belt of steel. So let's see where our steel is living. Here it is. Moving it along the bus. And so what's going on there? And there. That's half a belt of steel. Good, and lubricant needs to be brought. And the lubricant is also far back on the bus. At some point, I guess I should make a blueprint of the bus itself in an area where we don't extract anything and just copy paste that out so we can expand the bus using bots. I think that might make stuff faster later if it's needed at all. I'm not sure if it is. And so okay, and then green chips. As always, green chips. Now the engines are spit out with the red, so that's there, yes. So we have steel and batteries on this side. And need to obtain the batteries as well, wherever they are. They live here. There's a lot of extraction points on the bus, so it's almost micromanaging to pull stuff off the bus. Okay, so your steel and your batteries. That's half a belt, and your half a belt. Like this way of doing half belts like that. Now, missing power for this. And missing one material as well, and that's the green chips. So dragging this along, and if it's too bad on the greens, I'm going to expand, or I'm going to deprioritize the blue chips. Let's see. We definitely don't need a full belt here. No, we can't use full belts actually. And this one needs to be moved one because room. Like so. Okay. Okay. And so that's the electric engines. So we have the blue chips, we have the electric engines, flying robot frames, I mean, and now we need low density structures. And we need one of them every second. One every second. Yes. Let's look at them. One every second means 20 machines. Oh, that's fun. So let's do that. Let's see. Let's move this here. They don't instantly move it. They do actually put it into the chests between, but that's fine, I guess. Now let's see. The low density structure is one every second. It can go on the same belt as these. So that's what I'm going to do. They need a lot of copper, but not a lot of the other materials. And we need 20 machines. But being this late in the game, we don't need to make all of them. We can do the copy paste thing. Okay, so copper belt here, plastic belt here. That's plastic and something else, plastic and steel. Let's bring the steel and obtain the plastic belt. I think it will be nice to get some plastic running, because our oil is probably stopping at some point with plastic when it's not being used, and there's not too many of the red chips going on right now. So that's this belt here and your copper. And copper isn't anywhere close to where we need it. It's here. And To move this one as well. Yeah. It's better for the extraction. Okay, so plastic and I forgot it's steel, right? Yes. And needs to end up here. Like so. And then we need yellows in. 7 items every 20 seconds. More than enough with yellows. And oh no, 20. Sorry, 20 items every. It's still enough with the yellow ones though. Now, this one needs power on every, like so. So this is good for copy paste now. I think that's 4. We needed 20. So 5 of these. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we need to sort the power on these ones. I believe they're going to be without power. Like so. And I guess we might be outside the system again. No, it's fine. This one can be here. Can be moved up here. But I think I'm going to keep the power pole here. We should probably also put in some lights just to make it more visible, everything. I'm going to wait until it's finished so it's easier to see. You can get some walls. I know this way of defending is something that a lot of people react to, but I like the way of playing the turret defense game instead of playing the let's go on a massacre game. It's just personal taste on that one. And as long as there's, you know, enough defense, you don't have to kill them, basically. But I guess the more pollution they eat, the stronger they become. So in the end, it might not be a good idea instead of exterminating. But as long as the pollution is this far out, it's going to be so much work clearing them out. And plopping down these turret circles aren't really that's not a lot of work, so I'm very happy doing that. And okay. So that's the structures. Now these need 1 copper plate and 20, that's 20 a second, that's a belt, and that's fine. So now we can actually do science. Let's see if we have time. We definitely have time, so I'm going to finish that science now. That's also going to make me cry for a bit, because then we need to redo our science facilities. So we can't get it going right the instant unless we get the science, but that's fine. Now, we need blue chips and we need this belt. So I'm going to do it here. So you need to go. I don't need to cut, I can just remove. Like so. And to make 1 every second with crafting speed of 1, the result was 7 machines. And what have we not defended now? The bus? Hello? What are you doing in here? Ah, it's not defended at all here. Let's do that. I'd also like to point out that all of these turret things, these turret squares, are recyclable into other defenses. So not recycling the items, but when we advance far enough to not need them, I will just tear them up and use them in a different location. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And oh, you do the science. Haha. And that's 21 seconds for almost nothing. So yellow inserters all the way. Like so. And this is a belt for blue chips. I'm going to make it half a belt. And it's probably going to be extracted before the bus. So you're going towards the bus and you're going towards the science. Now, it might seem counterintuitive to pull it off the bus or pull it before the bus. But the result of that is that it gets priority, which isn't bad really. As in the science gets priority of half. As long as we don't use priority things in the actual splitters, it will only get half a belt, but we probably don't need more than that. And right now we have so many blues in a box. I'm going to keep the box for now though to... let's see, what am I going to do with the box? I'm going to insert blue chips into the science machines. Now, what I also need to consider is that these needs to have an exit point for the science, and that's going to be here. With red inserters. Let's see. You need one, you need one, you need one. And it's powered, good. You two, and you. Oh, this is so nice. We have science. I'm going to connect it to the blue belt. Over here. Over somewhere where it kind of fits. Let's look at this. I guess as long as it's on that side of the belt, we can just merge it with the splitter. Then I'm going to follow it so it doesn't get into the system here. Because we need to change this up, but that's fine. And plop. And plop for now. Let's... Do we want to stop it fully? I'm thinking. I need to redo the whole science anyway, so might as well stop the belt for now and put it into a chest. And that's going to be filter inserter needed, and science, the utility science. Okay, that means they will keep running, and it doesn't look like they're producing too much right now. But we'll see. It should be one every second if I didn't count bad, but every 21 seconds they make 21, so that's, yeah, it is correct. Now let's see, do we need something with those ASAP? We do need the logistic system. That would be so nice. At some point I guess we can use bot-based things as well, but I'm not sure if I want to do bot-based science, because the weaving thing is so easily done, and on purpose there is a lot of room here. Let's do a deconstruction planning of the cliffs, and then we can set it up here. I am also considering using a car, but that's I'm not completely sure about that. Let's say it like this. I kind of want to do a circle of labs with beacons between, and then let's see, how many do we have? 82. This is a lot. So we make one every second now. So can start the logistics system, and it will be done in like 10 minutes. Yeah, that's neat. So let's look at this. This one isn't doable yet. This one is. We don't need the speed more than we need the logistics system. So in the next episode, this is what we're going to do. In the next episode, we actually get the logistics system. That's massive. And that means buffer chests, and it means the bots get so much more work to do. Oh, this is nice. The turrets are handling really well still. Just one of those. And let's see how far we are from artillery, just to check, because artillery is fun. So this is doable, this is doable. This needs 150, and this needs 2000. So a couple of more episodes before we get those, if there is a focus on getting those anyway. But it would be really nice to be able to clear out bases without having to walk into those mean worms. And because it's so automatic, it won't be much of a time investment anyway later. So enough talking. I'm not starting anything new because this is the end of today. But we have science. We have the I'm not sure what it's called anymore. The utility science, the yellow in science, high-tech science in the olden days, and that's great. So next episode, logistic system. Can't wait. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the spaghetti. Bye bye.